Poland, FronosPhoto.com, here at CES 2015 to show you the quirky, the cool, the awesome, the weird, the strange, whatever it is that we find. So why don't you come with me and see CES 2015. So right here I have the Sony A7 II with the 5-axis movements of stabilization ability. I just invented that, but it's actually in there. That is something pretty darn cool. I'm trying to get my hands on more of these mirrorless cameras so that we can bring more information to you guys. I just need somebody from Sony to call me and send me cameras to play with. That's just one of the things I have to say. But I do want to try these out. Having a full frame sensor in here, here's the full frame sensor. And it moves 5 axes. That's in the body, not in the lenses. So that should bring down the price of the lenses because they don't have to put the image stabilization in there. What's so cool about the Sonys is that you can get different mounts for putting on the Nikon lenses, the Canon lenses. That is pretty darn cool to have that ability. I want to get, it feels good in the hands, finally. The thing, I am not anti-Sony, I'm not anti-mirrorless, it's just a matter of getting them to a place where they are practical to use. Yes, the bodies are light and small and you've got the better screens and everything like that, and I do love the viewfinder here because it's not an optical viewfinder. You have the LCD inside. It's very cool to see everything inside. It's just like what the Fujis do in there. That's really cool to see, but it's just a matter of the lenses catching up. Getting more lenses out there in the Pro model range so that I can be confident to take this on the road with me and I can have a Hebrew Trinity for the Sony cameras. That's what I'm looking for. I would love to try these out. Sony makes the sensors for so many other camera bodies and manufacturers that it's great that they make them here. They have some great technologies. This 5-axis stabilization is pretty darn cool, and I'm looking forward to trying these bad boys out. Now, I just need to get my hands on a few of them so I can do so. So this is what I really love about Sony, is that they make something for everybody, including a grill. I mean, how can you go wrong? This is the new Sony grill for your home life entertainment system. It has a built-in subwoofer right down here. That's great for when you need to get some thumping into that meat that you're cooking up here. It has a beautiful lid. And I mean, don't look at this. This says Weber. No, it's actually a Sony-made grill, not Weber. This is Sony's new foray into Grillmaster 1002. Look for it at the end of 2015. I have to pee so bad, but where are the restrooms? I don't know. Here's something new coming from Canon. Now this one is only a prototype, but it's coming out in June for you at home. This is the Connect Station from Canon. It's an interesting technology. Now it's a 1 terabyte storage device where you can connect. Right now they only have a couple of cameras that are dynamic NFC connected. Basically you would touch it here, it would take the images from here, images or video in RAW or JPEG, put them onto your TV, but back them up to here. Now, if you don't have a camera that's connected to this yet, you can take the cards out of a CF or an SD card. It's going to load them onto here. It's really good for, say, taking them to your grandparents' house, giving them all the photos that you have, or just taking it with you so that you can share them with people. You have all the albums. You can send the images directly to a printer. You can also back it up using, and you can connect another hard drive to it. So you can tell it to take all the images that are there and back them up somewhere else. So 1 terabyte, not a bad amount of storage to have. This is something that's interesting. It may not be for the professionals out there, but for people that photograph the kids or make videos all the time and that when they get home, they just want to go bink, and then they can load all the images and the files right to here. That could be a cool thing for showing family and friends so that they can go through and see the images that you're capturing. I'm king of the world in the Canon booth. Near, far, wherever you are. I will never let go of you, Jack. Yes, I had enough room on this floating door to save you, but I needed you to freeze and die in the water because I'm a bitch. I am reading off a teleprompter. I'm not reading off a teleprompter. Steven, do a 360. Show people there's no teleprompter. There's no teleprompter. But if you need a teleprompter, you have something like this. This is a Listec. This uses your iPad. It's similar to what I have at home for only using to make sales videos where I have to get the copy exactly right. I've used something like this only 3 times, I think. So I don't use a teleprompter to do these videos. I just spit it off the top of my head. But if you are looking for a teleprompter because you are working with clients who have trouble just spitting it straight off the top of their head, this is going to be something that you want to pick up. Why? Because it works with an iPad that you have. You have your one-way mirror here. They call it a 70-30, so it reflects back the light, but you can shoot your lens right through here without any problem at all, because you won't see the mirror there when you are shooting and talking to the camera. This one, they said, runs about 800 bucks, but it also comes with the nice carrying case. I didn't get the one with the carrying case because I don't have this version, but this one is one that I'm going to ask them to send me so I can test it out. Teleprompters like this are more affordable than ever before, and if you need somebody to get the words right, get something like this. Hello, kitty. What is this? Is this similar to the Play-Doh incident that we had? You may not want to buy this for your little girl, or boy for that matter. I think I just found the coolest gadget here at CES 2015, and it's called the Bug Vacuum, AKA the Bug Sucker, because it sucks up bugs. And then you close this door right here, and then your bugs are in here, and then this thing comes off, you unscrew it, and then you put it on here, and then you keep your bugs. So if you like bugs, or you have a kid, aka a kid, you like bug suckers, you can get, this thing is so cool because it sucks, but it doesn't blow. We know that's a good thing. This is actually pretty cool. It's from a company called Nature Bound. You can find some of the stuff on Amazon, but if you have kids or you are a kid at heart and you like to suck up bugs, you can play with bugs here. And I actually think one of the better things is you can get, for 20 bucks, they're gonna send you larvae that turn into butterflies. Butterflies, everybody, they have wings. Butterfly in the sky. They can fly twice as high. Take a look, it's in a book, it's at Nature Bound. Check it out. Oh my God, it's vibrating. Oh, well, now only if it had some vibration in certain areas, it would be a little better. Let's see. It's like oscillation vibration. Oh yeah, oh my God. Oh yeah, lumbar support, hello. So I had to step away from the Kodak booth where we went to go see the new Kodak Phone, because when you think of Kodak, you think of phones, right? No, but for whatever reason, Kodak has decided to put out a phone, and I wanted to get more information, and I was like, is this for photography? Is it meant to have a nice slant towards taking pictures? And the answer was no. They're telling me that this phone is more geared towards the 55 and up crowd, or the double AARP is what I would like to call it, 50 and up, and mostly is going to be released in Europe, where they think that a lot of people want an easy to use phone. To me, when I think of Kodak, I don't think of phones, but if you're gonna make a phone and try to reinvent yourself, make it photo-centric. Make the apps about photography. Make it do something, not just be a phone that forgets about photography, because the Kodak name is synonymous with photography, and people know it, and you think you're gonna sell something because it's called Kodak. That's why they're went out of business the first time. Why can't I ever find a bathroom when I need a bathroom? I have to go so bad, so bad. Do you know where the bathroom is? Just when you thought that flat was the new everything, it wasn't, because curved is now the thing, at least by Samsung standards. This is a 34-inch computer monitor, pretty darn good. I think it's curved for her pleasure, but it could be for your pleasure too if you want to sit in front of it. I think it's pretty interesting. It's basically 3 monitors instead of 1. No, it's 1 monitor instead of 3. Combined into this 34 inches, I could see working on something like this. I kind of want it to be a little bigger, but I guess that's what she said as well. But this is pretty cool. It won the CES 2015 Innovation Award. That's a Samsung 34-inch curved monitor, and it's available now. Will somebody free the drones? They're like so behind it's so windy over here. But why are you, hi drone, hi. They have them locked up in a cage because they can't let them out. If they let them out, what would we do? So they keep them locked up behind this thing. It's almost like a batting cage, but it's not a batting cage. It's so loud. This is the new DJI silent sounding rotor. It's not actually silent. It sounds like a horde of bees flying and we're about to be attacked. It's like birds. It's like Alfred Hitchcock is reinvented because there's birds. It's so loud and it's so windy. It's just so windy. Look how stable in its natural environment. Lamborghini smell. It smells like a bull. A big bull with big bull horns. Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com here in the Nikon booth to hold on to the ruby red Nikon D5500. Don't call me the D50-400 for whatever reason that is. But anyway, what is it? I picked it up and I'm like, is there a battery in here? Because it felt extremely light. They're saying it's one of the lightest cameras, if not the lightest camera that they have made. Now in the preview video, you saw me talk about the 24 megapixel sensor with the no OLPF. That is one of the only changes that you find in this camera other than the better ISO, slightly better, and the new touchscreen. So here is the first Nikon DSLR to have a touchscreen, and I was surprised right off the bat when I did touch it that it doesn't feel like a piece of crap. Because on some touchscreens, you know, you get that pushy feel, like where you push in and it could move. This just feels good, and it actually is very nice. It moves nicely with my fingers. I almost spit on the camera. So everything, you know, I still like moving like this to get through a camera for this type of stuff, but when we get into the main shooting menu and we hit the info button here, it brings up everything that you need to see. We want to change the ISO, we can touch the ISO and we can go from there. It's very responsive. Now for video, you can get into the video mode and you can touch it and tell it where to focus. I will tell you right off the bat, it's not as smooth as the Canon 70D with their dual pixel AF. That stuff works very well, and I have a guy shaking his head to the right being like, oh no, did you just say that? I did just say that, because it's not there with the autofocus as well as the Canons are for that. But it works, you can point it, you can do this. It's probably partly due to the lens that I have on here, which is the 18-55 kit lens. Not the best thing in the world. They also have this function, which I don't like at all. Touch to shoot. I don't like touching this to shoot. That's what this button is for, not this. Now, will my nose do it? My nose will do it. Does something else do it? Probably, but I'd get kicked out of the booth if I did that. So really, look, we talked about this in the preview. You can click up on the screen to see all the specs from the preview, take you over to that video because we've already done it. Touchscreen, I'm liking the way it feels. I wouldn't mind having it in a pro camera. It's just another option to have, and it's not as flimsy as I thought it would be. So that is it with the Nikon D5500. Again, don't call me the 5400. Do you want to be the coolest kid on the block? Then you need to have the new Boss phone. Can you hear me now? Here at the Nikon booth at CES 2015 with the 300mm f4 PF lens. They call that phase Fresnel. That's what's allowing them to make this much lighter and much smaller than any 300 f4 that they've had before. Now this is clocking in at $2,000, so just shy of what you would find for a 70-200 2.8, and you'd have to make up your mind whether you want something like this. Now, the reason somebody's going to want a 300 f4 like this is the size. It's almost the same size as a 24-70 2.8. It's a little lighter than that, but look at this thing. It is pretty dainty and small and nice, and it's good if you're traveling, and you could always throw it on a DX body to get a little bit more reach if that's what you're going for, but it's so light and it's so small. I didn't expect that when they announced this, but I guess that's what the PF, the phase Fresnel, or the Pharrell Williams optics is what I'm calling it. It doesn't have a lens hood, it has a hat, a weird looking hat. So that pretty much is the lens. I just spit on it. Oh, it smells good. It smells shorter and smaller like an Oompa Loompa, but not as fat as an Oompa Loompa. So that is it. This is the Nikon 300 f4 with the phase Fresnel optics in there. Oh yeah, 4 stops of VR. It's very nice. Small lens, easy to carry, light, and good to go. I can't find the right position. I can't figure it out. I don't know which is the best. Oh, it's moving on its own now. It's still vibrating. It's vibrating. Would you like to join me? You don't want to join me? It vibrates. It's vibrating. Really good vibrations. I can feel it. I can feel the vibrations. Right now I am surrounded by 48 Nikon D750s because I am in the Nikon 360 project boothy McBootherthin thing. So what is gonna happen right now is I'm gonna jump and it's gonna be bullet time. Like, kind of like hammer time, but bullet time. So here we go. Did I pull a muscle? Possibly, possibly. Oh boy. All right, let's see how that looks. This is why we come to CES, to play pinball. Not really. This is the HiC. It's a Bluetooth-enabled selfie device thing that you press, and you can be up to 90 feet away and nobody's gonna mess with your phone when you're 90 feet over there. The bear's gonna come out of the woods and be like, hello, I'm a bear. Take a picture of me on my selfie stick. And you're like, dink, 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 dink. And then the bear now has your phone. So if a bear has your phone and you use the HiC in the forest, does it actually take a picture? Think about it, chew on that, and that is HiC. HiC. So here we are with something at DJI that is not announced. It is a prototype of something that takes the DJI Inspire 1 payload system and puts it on this stick and basically takes the whole gimbal and allows you to hand hold it and do whatever you want with it. Now again, this is a prototype that they say is going to be out in Q2 of 15. We don't have a price, we don't have a name. What do you think it should be called? I think it should be called the Weeble Wobble Inspire from DJI. You should do that. But you'll be able to connect your iPhone right here, work the app just like you would if you were flying a Phantom or something along those lines, and do whatever you need. For now, it's on the left-hand side for people that like it like that. I'm left-handed, so I'm gonna want the thing to be able to rotate and be on the right-hand side. But this is pretty cool. You can do this. Oh yeah, I'm going like this. So yeah, we'll see what happens when this comes out. A pretty interesting thing. I'd like to try it out when it is official. So the question to ask yourself here in the Samsung booth is whether or not this sucks and cuts. Let's find out. Nope, 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 it just sucks. Doesn't cut. Oh yeah. Oh my God, I'm lifting this car. Look, I can do it with one hand. Look everybody, one hand, I'm lifting the car. So amazing right here, the strength. I look, no hands, I'm so strong with, oh my God, I forgot. Oh, that's great. Oh yeah, beautiful. Excuse me, do you know where the bathrooms are? Like somewhere over there? Okay. So here's the DJI Ronin. I've never held on to one of these things and I almost never want to do it again. No, I really do, but it's heavy as hell. I'm kind of muscular. You can see my muscles right here. This thing is freaking heavy. You have to be in pretty darn good shape to carry this thing around. Now this is a great stabilizer. Look at this. You know, you can move around, do this. It has a red camera attached to it, but that's not why we're talking about it. It's because there's this new thumb grip right here that is going to allow you to control it from here. Look at this. I'm controlling it from the thumb grip. So if you can walk, talk, chew gum, and use the thumb grip at the same time, you're going to be able to operate this independently much easier than you could before. You can also get a extra, what do they call that? Remote control. Somebody else can control it. So you can basically have the guy that carries it, he can run around and do what he does, and somebody else can turn it and do what they need to do. But this is heavy as shit. I need some other support for my support. Isn't that crazy? A support for my support is what is needed. So many remotes. But which one's gonna turn you on? I don't know. Maybe it's this one? Or is it this one? I mean, who has 4,700 remote controls? Phillips, that's who. There's a new one, just for, look at this one. It's got buttons on the bottom that are red. This one's green, yellow, and blue. It's almost like all the colors of the rainbow, but not. I don't get why there's so many remotes. Oh, look at this one. This is the one I want for my remote. Oh, this is to control lighting. I need one of these LED lights with all the colors. But why is it on the remote wall? Oh, because it's a remote. All right. So here I have something that probably shouldn't have ever been made. This is the Polaroid Socialmatic, and it's using the Z-Ink Zero ink technology, and all I have to say is that stuff is pretty bad. It's not very good at all. This camera is something This shouldn't have been made. It doesn't fit in your pocket. It runs Android. You should be using your phone and then connect it to a Fuji Instax printer to get a real photo, not a Z-Ink, Zero Ink technology type of thing. So all I want to say to Polaroid is I hope you like lunch because Fuji just ate it. Fro Vader's father right here. Fro Vader. It's nice. Look, he made my hair stand up with the force. Wait, I could be your voice if you want to, like, mime stuff. I'll tell people what you're saying. Ah, yes, he's right, this one. The force is strong with him. Oh no, he's putting it, oh, he's like, oh snap. The force is not strong with this one. Oh well, oh well. What if I told you that I had a solid state 1 terabyte hard drive in my pocket right now? Would you say, you must have big pockets, Jared? Well, I don't. What I have right here is something from Samsung. This is a 1 terabyte solid state hard drive. Insanity in your pocket or in your hand. This is USB 3.0. It is light as a feather. If you know how light feathers are, what weighs more? A pound of rocks or a pound of feathers? Anybody? Exactly. So here you have it, 600 bucks. Not a bad price. It is expensive, but it is pretty darn small. My only thing is, why didn't you go the extra mile and make it smaller and have a built-in USB thing? So now you actually have to carry a cable around. But whatever, it's pretty darn small, it's pretty light, and it's going back into my pocket and I'm leaving. I know people think I have a really big head, but I don't. I can't even fill up these headphones at all. Anybody want to join me in a vibration bed? Anybody? No? No takers? No, no takers. No takers. So you've seen the DJI Inspire 1, but how do you carry that thing around? You don't want to carry it around in its original box when you can carry it around in this Pelican right here. This is one of the big ass storm cases. But what's funny about it, well, nothing's really funny about it, but it looks like it's a Minecraft set. Not that I've ever played Minecraft, but what I would do with this, I would get like He-Man, and I'd put He-Man over here, and then I'd put like She-Ra over here with Skeletor, and then there'd be like Thundercats, and then the Thundercats will go after the Bion bots, and then you're stuck with a case for a DJI Inspire 1. I still can't find the bathrooms in this place. It just baffles me how there's so many people but no bathrooms. So we are now waiting in line to go back. We're on bus line number 2. That takes us back to the Excalibur, and we are gonna wrap it up from there. So I hope you guys enjoyed seeing what we did at CES 2015. All of the fun, quirky, weird, strange, weird thing. I almost punched a guy in the face. I almost punched a guy, he was getting in my face. I didn't like it, but that is it. So if you want to ever check this out, you may want to try to do it. It's a lot of walking, it's a lot of fun, and there's a lot of people. So that's it, we're gonna get out of here. Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com. See ya. I'm gonna make a really funny video, really quick. Whoa! But you know what I usually say? People, I had a girl just reach out and touch my hair once, and some guy was like, would you like that if he just touched your... I'm really good at pushing buttons.
I don't know this guy. Just for the record, I just met him, okay?
Oh, the vibration has got me by the balls. Hey, Steven. Because Kodak it's Kodak, you know, the brownie, let's build up this, you know, Rochester, and let's do all this awesome stuff around photography, and now we're gonna make a phone. But I don't know where they are.
Okay, I know where they are.
Ah. Hicey, or hissy. Hicey, like the orange? God. We're just gonna make pretend I'm lifting it. That's it, we're just gonna make pretend. I'm not actually gonna flip it because I could. I could, but I'm not going to. So here is the DJI, what the f is this called?
Ronin.
Go ahead, let it rip. Yeah, is that nice? But how many batteries are in here now that you think about it? I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm gonna have to ask somebody what it's all about. What is this all about? Why are there so many remotes on the wall? Anybody? Hi, how is it? Is it good? Do you like it? Yeah, I'll put it in your face. You like it? Is it better that way? So yeah, so that happens, but I drops the microphone and goes home.